Greetings. I am Liz, and I use she, her.
And I am Scandal, and I use they, them.
And let's play a game together.
All right.
Okay, guys, you may notice that this is a text-based experience.
Haha.
So we are going to be playing, because there's no title or intro screen. This is just how the game opens. Paper Plane Woods
By Fioret.
by Fioret. It was part of the
queer bundle for 2021 on Itch.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, and we don't know anything about this game as is standard, except for there's a witch in the woods looking for her duck, and it is text based. So if you were here for when we did, there's a bear outside. This is gonna be real familiar.
Do you want to read it alternately, or how do we want to do this?
Let's sort of see what the tone is. I'll start, and we'll go from there.
Sure.
I was just saying, if it gives us more characters, we'll change it up, or if it doesn't, we'll have to swap out some dialogue, so it's not just me reading to myself.
That's fine.
All right. Let's see. We're in a witch's house in the middle of a not-so-creepy, but still a bit creepy forest. Here we meet the protagonist of our story, the witch who lives here. Oh, and don't forget, her cute black pet duck, or proud familiar, depending on what you want to call them. She's a sweet little witch, but she's also a maverick. I'm also just like, black familiar.
She's not like other witches.
Well, and the only
I accept the thing is that's not true at all.
No, not at all. I was gonna say the only familiars I've seen recently are all white, so I was giggling about it. Especially the classic white duck. Oh, do you want to be the duck?
Yeah.
Do it.
What are you reading?
You know what? I don't know if I should I was gonna do that as the character voice, but if that's the narrator voice, Oh, it's the newspaper from yesterday. Oh, do you have to click?
You have to.
Okay, you have to click on it. I got it. Instead of reading a newspaper, she reads the news in a witch cauldron while she cooks some delicious soup. It must be nice to be a witch. Looks like there's a new trend.
What trend?
Some witch fussers are saying it's healthy to open up the window and the door for some minutes. They call it storm ventilation or just Sturmluften. Ah, there we go. Especially recommended after a failed spell or after a long period of concentration. Huh.
That sounds weird. I thought it'd been called Stobluten. Bump ventilation? Anyway, air ventilation is super popular right now. A lot of spells are failing because of the bad constellations. Excuse me. Some witches mess with the stars. Never a good idea. So now I want level it up. Bring the storm in.
Maybe the author did a mistake.
It did a mistake.
I don't know the
think
best
that's
way to.
grammatically correct.
Oh, I can scroll this way. I can use the arrow keys. Okay, I got this. We're gonna learn to play this together. Right. Maybe the author did a mistake. I don't know. What if documents get lost?
It's not that stormy outside.
Oh, I want to try it. Our duck is enthusiastic, and we've just read it in the newspaper and going, well, some people think this. Why not try it?
Yes.
We'll just say we're an experimental type of little intrepid witch.
Do it.
She's a little bit of a maverick.
Okay, why not? So the witch opens the window and the door. Some fresh air before dinner could not hurt. Or, just kidding, nothing happened. There was just a nice breeze in the house for a moment.
Oh, how refreshing.
It's okay, I guess, but so cold.
They'll probably survive a few more minutes.
Probably. Looks at your duck incredulously. Probably.
I mean, I hope so.
A few minutes later, the witch continues to read and cook in the cauldron. After the windows are closed or while they're still open?
I don't know.
Oh, there's been a series of break-ins in the village.
Has anything been stolen?
Yes, different things. Mostly jewelry, but never the most valuable. The thief enters through the windows and leaves through the door, leaving a note with L. With an L?
This sounds weird.
I mean, I just had the windows and doors open, so I am concerned about my stuff. Quick, we need to look around for an L. I mean, yeah, super weird.
Make sure that window is properly closed tight tonight.
It was already open though, so yes? Well, I don't own jewelry, but I don't want to have a stranger creep into my house.
Me neither.
After a good meal and securing the window, the little witch fell asleep in her favorite rocking chair. Because beds are for normal people.
Yes.
Beds are for less magical people.
No shit.
Her duck sleeps on her feet, as always. Okay, that's a really cute visual, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Just snuggled up in a rocking chair, and this, little black duck just curled up on your feet as like a little orb snoozing.
Mm-hmm. Head under wing.
She woke up because she got cold feet. Oh no, you're gonna be the duck and they're immediately gonna be gone?
Duck, excuse me.
Bye!
I have important things now. I must look beautiful.
Brr. Why is it so cold in here? The window was wide open, and she felt the clear night air on her skin, because she didn't use blankets, only duck foot covers. It was refreshing, and everything seems to be fine.
We are changing tenses, unfortunately.
I'm wondering if, given that there's some German in here, that if this was translated and this is the English version?
Well, it could also just...
But I don't know. Could just be grammar. A lot of people struggle with grammar.
Yeah. But there is also the thing, too, that you might be right. For at least they might speak mostly another language. Like, I don't speak multiple languages.
This could be English as a second language.
Yeah.
Could be. Also, little game, one creator. Be aware.
Aha.
A look on her feet told her that Duck wasn't there.
A look to her feet, probably.
Or looking at her feet.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's all right. That Duck wasn't there. I want Duck to be capitalized because it seems to be their
It's
name.
the duck.
The Duck. Nothing to worry about. They often took a night stroll through the forest, and because they can't open the door, they use the window. Normally they manage to close it, but sometimes the window opens again. Imagine this tiny little duck opening and closing a window.
Right?
So they told me to make sure the windows close.
Closed.
Well, also not possessive windows.
Window. I mean, if you're doing window
is closed. Okay.
So that is
windows closed.
That is a grammatical thing that frustrates a lot of people. Where you're like, but it's not possessive. It's
possessive, or is it a contraction with an is?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. And now they leave me like that.
Like that.
How inconstant. The witch shakes her head, laughing softly. Close the window. She could catch a cold. Let it open. Fresh air is important.
I mean, if you close it, your duck's stuck outside.
I was going to say, unless your duck can open it from the outside.
Oh, that's true.
I was going to say, I want to let it open because the fresh air is important, but also so the duck doesn't have to open it again. But I also don't know the standards.
I don't know
If
either.
the duck can open and close the window by themselves, can they also do it from the outside?
That's the one thing that I've thought is sometimes really weird about these kinds of stories, where they really just go, no, the thing is we want you to come back and play it again when you understand potentially the character a little better.
Or when you
but
understand...
also some of it is literally just going, we just want you to play 9 million times. It doesn't really all follow because we just picked interesting things to go from one set piece to another.
I was going to say, a good, or a choose-your-own-adventure that I really enjoy is something that not everyone writes. Because a lot of the visual novels, which are your modern digital visual choose-your-own-adventures,
right?
They don't format things in the same way of going, these are all basically simple alternate reality choices of the same protagonist.
Mm-hmm.
They're literally just wildly different things, or what would be really interesting kind of choices, or sometimes funny. I think we're going to let it open.
Sure.
Fresh air is important, but also I want to get a blanket with it so bad.
No kidding.
The cold air is refreshing. I guess it's okay to leave the window open for tonight. She took her blanket and put it over her feet. Better. We did get a blanket. We got a blanket. I appreciate the author immediately. She fell asleep again, not knowing on what ducktastic adventure her duck went. If she knew that her duck wasn't the one who opened the window, well, maybe next time. Would we have closed the thief in with us and they would have been stuck, except for they come in through the window and exit through the door?
Right.
So if they can't exit through the door, what then?
But also, I mean, at least I would trust the protagonist to go, if they're just stealing jewelry.
Wait, that's the whole game, isn't it?
It is!
That's that entire route. Okay, we're going to need to start over. Wait. Oh, you can't just go back to the beginning? Oh my god, you have to actually click back through everything.
Yes, you do.
Oh my god, that's like there's nothing else? Okay, so I'm thinking if we click back through everything really quick and go all the way to the beginning, then you can do the narrator and the duck, and I'll do the witch, and we'll make different choices.
Sure.
Okay. This might just be a really, really tiny game, but I imagine it's bigger, and that was just one of the short ends, because I know a lot of the old Choose Your Own Adventure books, there'd be 1 or 2 ends you could run into right at the beginning.
Right.
And it would make the book seem short.
we're in a witch's house in the middle of a not-so-creepy, but still a bit creepy forest. Here we meet the protagonist of our story, the witch who lives here. Oh, and don't forget her cute black pet duck, or proud familiar, depending on what you want to call them. She's a sweet little witch, but she's also a maverick.
A maverick. Were you going to do the duck as well?
No.
No,
We
okay.
switched.
Okay, I'll do the duck then. All right. What are you reading?
Oh, it's the newspaper from yesterday. Instead of really reading a newspaper, she reads the news in a witch cauldron, while she cooks some delicious soup. It must be nice to be a witch.
Huh, literally every time you're making dinner, just scrying in your food.
Uh-huh.
And going,
It's the alphabet soup, and it tells you things.
Or just like you could bring up like a screen over top of it, kind of.
I like the alphabet, like the letters. I'm
It'd be
sorry,
hilarious.
it cracks me up. All right, it looks like there's a new trend.
What trend?
Some witchfesses are saying it's healthy to open up the window and the door for some minutes. They call it storm ventilation or just Sturmluften, especially recommended for after a failed spell or long period of concentration.
That sounds weird. I thought it's been called Storbluffen. Bluffen? Storbluffen.
Storbluffen.
There we go. Storbluffen. Bump ventilation? Anyway, air ventilation is super popular right now. A lot of spells are failing because of the bad constellation. Some witches messed with the stars. Never a good idea. So why not level it up? Bring the storm in.
Maybe the author made an error? Made a mistake. I don't know. What if the documents get lost?
It's not that stormy outside.
Okay, so we want to just say no this time?
I was gonna say, I mean, we can make some of the choices the same, but I think we should just make all of them different.
That's how it works. Just try all of them different.
Try not.
Try not. I should not. I know my luck. Maybe later, after cleaning the house.
Good joke.
Hey.
Open the window at least.
Okay.
You don't get to choose.
Nope. The duck climbs on the windowsill and enjoys the fresh air. I guess it really is refreshing to breathe in some fresh air.
And then you immediately continue.
A few minutes later, the witch continues to read and cook in the cauldron.
The click and read.
The click and read. The old, again, I'm just like the alphabet soup thing is in me. I'm like, I'm like, good job, brain.
That's great.
Because I always used to remember when they'd be like, there's just words in the soup, and people used to make a huge deal out of it. Remember when alphabet soup was super popular for a while?
And it was, okay, it's the equivalent, like, so old alphabet soup could have the equivalent of the meme now where they show you, like, the big, like letter wall.
Uh-huh.
And then they go, the first 3 words you've seen define your new year.
Yes!
And people will just stare at the alphabet soup and go, I saw these 2 words in it. This is my life.
Uh-huh. Oh, there's been a series of break-ins in the village.
Has anything been stolen?
Yes, different things. Mostly jewelry, but never the most valuable. The thief enters through the windows and leaves through the door, leaving a note with an L.
That sounds weird.
Yeah, super weird.
Make sure the window is properly closed tonight.
Yes, actually, excuse me while I whack at a bug that just whacked in my face. I did click the yes, but there we are. Well, I don't own jewelry, and I don't want to have but I don't really want to have a stranger creep in my house.
Me neither.
After a good meal and securing the window, the little witch fell asleep in her favorite rocking chair. Her duck sleeps on her feet, as always.
Let's do this.
She woke up because she got cold feet.
Cold feet. She suddenly, in her dreams, could not get married. My feet too cold.
Why is it so cold in here? The window was wide open, and she felt the clear night air on her skin. It was refreshing, and everything seems to be fine. A look at her feet told her that the duck wasn't there. Nothing to worry about. They often took a night stroll through the forest, and because they can't open the door, they use the window. Normally, they manage to close it, but sometimes the window opens again.
I guess if they do manage to close it, then they're able to open it from the outside. I also like the trust in this relationship of going, they just leave on their own and have their own agency.
Right?
That's kind of cool.
So they told me to make sure the window's closed, and now they leave me like this. The witch shakes her head, laughing softly. Close the window, she could catch a cold. Let it open. All right, close
the window.
Catch a cold. As the witch stood up to close the window, she saw a strange piece of paper on the floor.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Is this a paper plane? Oh, yeah, a paper plane indeed. She decides to unfold it, still not knowing who could send a paper plane in the middle of the night.
Oh, does it
Or
have an
who
L on it?
Would. If you want your duck back, come and find me.
Oh, so not an L.
Oh, so we got the shortest ending because we're dingbat. All right, someone kidnapped the duck? Her familiar duck!
Sacre bleu!
What does this mean? Why would someone kidnap a duck? The combination of fear, confusion, and pure anger rose inside of her. Because I'm making slight edits as we're going through here.
I think
so
it's just
apologize.
appropriate at this point to just be like, hey, there's clearly some grammar differences in what we're used to, and smoothing them out would just make the game easy.
Yes. So she definitely needs to find her duck. But what should she take with her?
Oh.
Every witch knows it's dumb.
Yeah.
It's probably dumb. Dumb to go unarmed.
Just like unarmed, unequipped.
Unarmed, unequipped on adventures.
This narrator's a character. That's what I'm getting. They're real.
Her bag. Ah, yes. Of course. Yes, of course.
Yes.
These errors are a little humorous.
Like
okay.
I said, I think that this is English as a second language, which
Mhm.
I always find. I don't mean to speak condescending. I find it very charming because learning another language is difficult and complex, and I love seeing people's efforts and their work and understanding things. So
Part
it's
of
not
me
like
also-
charming, like how cute. It's like good job, and I really think it's interesting how you've languaged it.
And the thing is I will have to say, like, I'll feel really bad if they're not.
If they're not,
It could
they might
just be-
extremely young.
And that's also, like, good for you. Cool. Awesome. I just, like, oh, goodness, honey.
Uh-huh.
I was like, I wish to support you. Like, it is also, though, difficult to write. Sometimes there's also a lot of errors you don't catch. If you also, it did mention this game was a part of a game jam, so they might have banged this out real fast. We do not know how this works.
And if they're not also just not used to writing, a lot of this just sounds like a young person, though. Very creative, but, not skilled and tense.
Right? The bag is important. Inside are already some snacks and even more snacks. Maybe you should take something else with you. Beside the snacks, I mean. It's just like you're preparing for a game jam or something. So we take herbs, a knife, or duck food.
Honestly, I don't know if we feed our duck at night.
I don't know
Does
either.
the duck get hungry at night?
Do you lure the duck to you?
Well, you don't need to, though, because they're your friend and they can talk.
I know, but I would say, like, you'd be like, where's the duck? Does the duck smell the food? I don't know how it works. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to go, why would you even have the duck food as an option if you're going to go, I'm going to go here, ducky,
Or because you don't know how long you're going to be gone, and if they're lost and stuck somewhere, they might be really hungry when you find them.
Oh, that's fair.
I was just say traditional would be lure the duck with the food, but since they're actually a person,
It's true.
your friend, the local gay cryptid who you talk to and hang out with, but when
Right.
they're lost, you're just like wafting candy bars in the wind. Here, friend.
Hey, bro! You're not yourself when you're hungry.
I know, right?
All right. I don't, like,
I
part of me wants
like
to
the idea of taking duck food because it's the only thing we have any connection to at this point in the story.
sure, why not?
Because we have no connection to a knife in our house or herbs in our house or anything else.
Duck food. That's a good idea.
Mm.
Something else?
Ooh, her
Her
staff.
staff. Good choice. It would be weird to leave without it. So after grabbing the stuff and a coat, the witch leaves her warm and cozy home to find her pet duck. Still wondering why she hadn't noticed that someone took her familiar away. Perception minus, huh?
Rolled poorly on perception while sleeping. Goodbye.
Yes. So we're in the forest now. The moon shines bright and the owls hum to a song only they can hear. But even with the bright moon, it's still dark down here. Between those large, scary trees.
Slightly scary.
It's just mildly scary. And it was cold, nearly freezing. Winter's coming.
Winter is coming.
I haven't heard that meme for a bit. Her breath dances in a small cloud in front of her.
I love this, though. You don't get a single option to take something warm with you. She knows it's cold. She knows winter is coming. It was cold when the window was open and her duck cut off her feet. But you get to take... None of your options will keep you warm.
I know. Well, it does say coat. You do bring a coat.
Right, but, like,
You don't
nothing
get to
like,
choose it, yeah.
keep you warm specifically. And going, it's nearly freezing. Suggesting that, you feel really cold.
Uh-huh.
As opposed to, I just noticed it's cold out there outside of my cozy coat.
All right, well, we're going
We
to
have to go further. Of
course we do. Let's find our duck.
Because our duck's there.
She decides to go on. A crack.
Snap.
A rustle. She flinched. Nearly. Shrieks. She flinches. Nearly shrieks. Who's there?
Okay, but also, you live in a slightly spooky forest that I assume has living things in it.
Uh-huh.
Hearing stuff move at night isn't a big deal usually.
I know, right?
Anyway.
Her face turned pale, and a chill runs down her spine. But soon she realized that it was only an owl that had landed on the branch behind her. Thanks, owl. Do we talk to the owl, or do we go on?
I want to talk to the damn owl.
Friggin' talk to the damn owl.
If we can talk to the duck, we can talk to the owl.
Hello, owl.
Ooh, hello, child of the night.
Have you seen my duck?
Ooh, I've seen a lot of ducks in my life, but not this night. Ooh.
Still, thanks.
You are welcome, child of night. Ooh, a word of warning, child.
Huh?
Huh?
Pheasant.
I didn't see your duckling. Ooh, but another one is out in these woods tonight. Be careful, they're up for no good.
Thanks for the warning, owl.
Thanks for this nice jivey, finger guns. Thanks for the warning, owl.
Hey, honey, thanks, though. She steps further into the forest. The light of the bright moon had almost completely disappeared. It's getting even darker.
The darkness is enveloping.
She sighs, thinking about her next step. Maybe a fire spell could help? I could see better. But maybe it frightened the creatures of the forest. What will you do, little witch? Do you cast a spell, or do you continue in the dark?
I feel like we're going to get in trouble if we continue in the dark, but I also feel like she's being aware here and going, it might frighten the creatures of the forest. And going, does she need to see better? If this is her forest and she's familiar with it, maybe she doesn't need to. On the other hand, I am the person that rollerbladed all the way across town in the dark of the night multiple times just because I knew the town.
Yeah.
And, streetlights help. Mostly you just watch for rocks in the dark. No big deal.
Yeah.
In the dark.
I've gone across town with you in the dark, actually. So, well...
Let's try continuing in the dark, shall we?
Sure, let's continue in the dark, because I'm actually, I'm not really sure here. To not anger the creatures of the forest is probably a good idea, but now it's still dark. So dark that the witch poorly sees the path she's walking on.
Ooh, child of night, why are you wandering around in the dark?
I'm searching for my duck.
This is probably something else. That's okay, fine. But everyone said, the owl said child of night, so...
Yeah.
Ooh, but as a child of my realm, you should know about all creatures who lure us in the dark. Lurk in the dark.
Yeah, I know. I'm not scared. I can't see you, but I assume you're a ghost.
Okay, now it's a ghost, okay.
Okay, sorry.
Ooh, that's correct. A friendly one, if I may say so myself. A little saucy as well. But be warned, if you take the flower path, you might meet...
Another ghost?
My cousin. A scary one, even for a ghost.
The voice of the ghost became a high-pitched scream, and the witch covers her ears. What a strange one.
Indeed.
Very unusual. The witch continues in the dark. Again, and still. The road splits into two paths. The witch could see very little, but along one path there were pretty flowers, while the other one lay unadorned in front of her. Which way to choose? The flower path, the barren way, or who needs paths?
I feel like if we can't see well, who needs paths would be difficult. So I think the barren way, we could just take the ghost's warning. If she's giving us information, I'm just gonna, you can pause it back to me. But if the main character's giving us information about what she cares about, and we went, hey, let's not disturb the creatures. And we go, yeah, ghosts would be one of the creatures that we would disturb with light.
Right.
And then we go, okay, you're a friendly ghost, so we'll listen to you. Now the ghost could be a liar, but she didn't seem suspicious.
Yeah, the character did not.
And
so
again,
she does live here.
Yeah. Her home, she's gonna know best.
Let's do it. Let's go the barren way. The barren way it is. Simple and clean. And the wildest. So
Widest.
It's the most trustworthy.
Widest,
excuse me.
There we go.
The widest. So it's the most trustworthy. You remember being here before. But something's different. You hear a strange noise nearby. A deep, deep growl. An angry growl. Do you want to see what it is?
No, we're looking for a duck.
Stay on the path. I'm too curious.
We're not curious. We're single-mindedly
We're
looking
duck,
for a duck.
excuse
We are
me.
duck-oriented.
Sighing and alone, you continue your journey.
Duck-centric.
Your feet hurt, but you get the feeling you're on the right track.
Duck, just like duck-driven.
I have almost reached the heart of the forest. You found footprints inside again. Yes, you are definitely close, and it looks like the duck napper is a humanoid creature, or at least wearing shoes.
Because no one else ever walks through here, and the only footprints have to belong to the duck napper?
That is so weird.
No, but can you imagine having basically that much rain over your forest, everyone going, it's spooky, we don't go there, so you know that if there are any footprints at all, that they're unusual?
Right? Ah, here they are, the duck napper. Well, probably. I actually like that now that the narrator's like, well...
Again, the narrator has some personality. Oh, you heeded my call?
So you wrote this letter. Where is my duck?
Has brought the letter with you, even though you didn't put it in your bag, shakes it in their face. This letter!
Hi. The anger rose up once again. You readied your staff, and a terrifying horror emerges around her. Why did it suddenly go to you? We just changed from
it is a witch in a cabin, she and her, and now it's you. The tenses are all over the place in this one.
Woo, honey! She readied her staff, and a terrifying aura emerges around her.
Yes. I took them because they were cute. But your duck feels tired. Felt tired, so they went home.
What? You lower your staff again, looking at the stranger with big eyes, full of confusion.
I wish I had a familiar that cute.
So who are you? Why did you break into my house in the first place?
Oh, I'm glad you're asking. I'm the Great Witch Lufia. You forgot to open the window, so I did it for you. As a witch, I'm concerned about the health of fellow witches. It's important to air your room regularly. It's better for your health and helps against headaches, and the smell of the forest is nice. Except we did open the window. We just didn't leave it open, so she's being real assumptive.
She is. I heard about a creep witch who randomly opens others' windows.
Thank you. Lufia. Ah, you heard about me? Creep witch. How insulting. If you're talking about those L's, I don't even write them. Oh, I mean, I prefer the name Lufthangs Hexe. Hexe? Hexy?
It might be Hex.
Hex.
Yep. Without the, you don't pronounce the E.
Lufthangs Hex. But if it helps others to ventilate their rooms regularly, yes, Creep witch is fine.
How's that a better name than Creep witch? Whatever the heck, unfortunately, that means.
Right? I don't even know what creep witch would mean in this sense of just you're creepy.
I'm pretty sure I opened my window to let some fresh air in.
Thank you! Consistency. Our character remembers our choices too. I love that. Yes. Your deck told me something similar. I guess the best make mistakes. Even the best make mistakes.
Even the best make mistakes. You sighed again.
She sighed again.
She sighed. Why? The you is throwing me out. Wow. Okay.
And then, so you just open the window.
So, you just opened windows.
Yep. I think that's yep.
It's supposed to be yep.
Yep.
Of other people's houses. It might be also ja, so you know yep.
Ja and yep, yeah. Ja.
Yes. Of other people's houses?
Yes.
In the middle of the night?
Yeah, obviously.
For better air ventilation?
Now you get it!
She winks at her.
Mm-hmm.
She did not wink back.
Mm-hmm.
Or the witch did not, because there's so many she's going on.
The witch did not wink back. She winks at her, and the
She
witch
takes
did not wink back.
a deep breath. Count to 3.
You know what? We could do this one. Everybody, deep breath.
Okay.
All right, breathe in. 1, 2, 3. Breathe out. Yes.
Do not think about the fact that you are standing here in the middle of the night because a crazy woman kidnapped your duck when she wanted to mother you. Your feet are freezing and you are really hungry because the author forgot about the snacks in your back.
In your pack.
Pack. Wonderful evening, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Maybe you battled the creep witch. Maybe you made peace with her. We will never know. But maybe she, holy crap. Maybe she battled the creep witch. Maybe she made peace with her. We will never know. But eventually, she took her home because she felt guilty about her messed up situation. The witch's messed up situation.
Yes.
One more question.
Yes? What is it?
What about the stolen jewelry?
Oh, that. That's a bit embarrassing. Remember when I said I wish I had a familiar that cute? Mine is a magpie. Oh, I love them, but damn, they're such a kleptomaniac. Of course, I will return all the jewel stuff to their owners. little by little, as I open the same windows again. We are here, little witch. Stay safe and open your windows regularly so I do not have to come back. Or I will come back and haunt you.
Oh, I would rather you didn't do that.
There it is again, the death glare thingy. Right, you just keep doing this thing with your face. Charming, really. See you around.
With that, the creep witch left.
The witch came home.
She came home. Wow,
I think it's the witch.
This has gone everywhere. The witch came home and found her familiar waiting for her at the window.
Well, I missed you. You don't go walking at night. Where have you been? Wings. A hug.
She laughed and said that she missed them too.
You'll never guess what happened to me.
Why did we suddenly lose the witch's dialogue?
I don't know. Like, again, this feels like they had a story idea, and the most important thing was to tell the story, not really how it's put together.
And again, if it was a game jam that was like in a certain amount of time,
like in a week or a couple of days, some of them are like a weekend long.
Yeah, some of them are also like 24 hours long. So you really are like, I cannot fucking edit this, and it's probably like I came back and then I went, I started doing one tense and then I went to another one. I'm like, shit.
And then you didn't just connect all of it, going, no, we're gonna have you play this game. But at first it was, there is a little witch over here, and now it's you are the witch, but there was no transition.
Yeah, there was.
So yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of distracting at this point. Like, with little creators, it can be like it's really valuable to go, hey, they don't have the resources of a big, studio and stuff like that. But like this is a lot.
It's also
to just make the story flow.
Yeah. I said, you'll never guess what happened to me.
Let's see. And if we,
Oh, I bet I do. So some creep witch kidnapped you, and
I bet I can.
Oh, I bet I.
Because you'll never guess what happened to me. I bet I can.
Oh, I bet I can.
I thought you might have met Lufia, but I didn't mean that part.
Okay, please tell me tomorrow, okay? I'm totally beat right now and I just want to sleep.
I thought we were hungry. I liked the author joke, though. That was
I did
cute.
too! I was like, dang it! Alright, she picked up her duck and sat with him on her rocking chair. Holy crap, heard her cackling? Oh, it's Lufia. She heard Lufia cackling for quite a while, but she was already on her way to the land of dreams.
There we go. I was gonna say, if we'd have had I at first, we could have started this way, but this is totally another character. She already fell asleep. Then I'll have to tell about this great adventure some other time.
The end.
Okay, so I'm thinking this is probably just going to be a one episode kind of thing.
I think so too.
Which is totally fine. Like, one episode games are super fun, honestly. And we did the same sort of thing with, like, A Bear in the Woods, where it was just 2 episodes.
It was
there's
very
a bear
short.
outside, sorry.
There's a bear outside.
I was going to say, and honestly, this was cute, and I kind of love the concept of it, but I'm really thrown off by the grammar hard.
Yeah.
And the mid change from this is a witch over there to this is you, the reader.
Yeah,
Cute, wholesome randomness, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So honestly, if I was going to encourage the creator, I'd be like, yes, please. This was interesting. I really wish you could do some edits though, because this is difficult to read.
Maybe have a grammar and like continuity editor.
Yep.
And then go for it, because your ideas are super cute.
Yes, absolutely. And also, if possible, if you're ever going to do an update, I might suggest there's a lot of free music.
You could have a sound in here.
You could. Kevin MacLeod has some great music. No, I'm not saying you have to, but I'm like, that would be a thing that I might suggest.
Additionally, there's some really fun like clip art things, and you don't have to have any images, but you could easily have some like tiny little graphics that were for free, like specifically copyright free clip art.
Yeah,
I would just say, or even if you didn't have any of like that, I would go with music and an intro screen.
Yes,
some kind of an intro screen with maybe a picture, even if it's a stock picture of your main character, and even if it's like just basically the clip art of a tiny witch.
Or it's just a tiny little silhouette that you just sort of doodle, which is literally just a blacked out figure that you don't really see a lot of details for, and that way you just kind of have a thing. Or like a whiteout figure, especially because the background is black.
So an intro screen with the title so you can click into it would go a long way for putting this game together. And a sound in the background, even if it's just a mildly changing tone, would be a lot of engagement.
Even if it's just crickets.
Crickets would be cute. Or crickets, like use a white noise machine, crickets switching to wind, switching to like creaking,
Yes.
that kind of thing. And it's just, you just have this really light white noise in the background for your different scenes.
But yeah, honestly, this was cute. Like I said, we're not gonna go do the other stuff. So if you guys actually want to go support this creator and go check out their game, I definitely recommend you do so.
Yes.
Like I said, this was cute. There are definitely some things that I would like to improve on, as we've mentioned, but that is okay. Good job, person. You have accomplished a thing.
Yay!
Excellent. Good for you. And thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. Hey, so if you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe, and also share our videos if you are having a good time with us.
Yes.
Please also feel free to go check out the Queer Bundle itself that is on Itch, since this is actually where we got this game.
Yep.
It is currently still doing donations, and you can buy a ton of games from awesome queer creators.
As well as with some with queer themes and things.
Absolutely. But yeah, other than that, please feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi and our Patreon. We have some links in the description down below. Please also feel free to go check out our Twitch, where we do stream games live. We would love to see you there. And I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies.
And it was great playing with you. Bye!